Intros are lame. We're going to be talking about another piece of music today, and that piece of music is going to be Charli XCX's new album, Brat, that just came out pretty recently. I got a comment, this one specifically, on my Billie Eilish review not too long ago. Too long ago in terms of me making videos. Not that there are many of you that really care right now, but for those of you that do and are still here, thank you for bearing with me through the time that I didn't upload. This album, I was going to do very similar sort of review as the last one that I did with Billie Eilish album, but I really just have a lot of things to say with this one. Like, I initially went into it and I felt like all of this music was just going to be like for club heads, and I'm just like, it's not going to be for me. I'm not going to get it. And initially, for the first couple weeks, I really didn't get it, but I kept listening to it anyway because I really wanted to give it a fair chance. I'd say by now I've heard it about 6 times, I believe, and it has grown on me incredibly. I'd say everything about this album, oddly enough, is very well represented by the album cover, even though it's just plain text on a green background. But honestly, it's bratty. That's what it is. That's what it's supposed to be. It's club girl music, and I'm not a club girl, but I understand it, and it's honestly really infectious. Like, it just really gets under your skin. It's the kind of music that makes you want to dance, even if you're not really in the scene of people that the music was made for. It's just got a lot of good melodies. It's got a lot of really catchy, sort of bouncy instrumentals that really just keep you gripped. I do understand if you're one of those type of people that goes to music for relatability and for like lyricism, if you don't really like this album that much, because in terms of lyricism, there's maybe a few songs on here that I would say offer more than surface level lyricism at all. But the entire point of this album, I don't think really was for Charli to be super introspective or anything, at least from my point of view. I just think it was just music to have fun to, and that's fine. That's what music is for, in my opinion. It's there for people to have fun. It could be there for people to relate to, whatever the case may be. But I think this album's purpose specifically, from the eyes of Charli XCX when she was making it, was just to make fun music with a couple of like songs that were slightly introspective, but I wouldn't necessarily say they were introspective enough to be considered that, but they were still good songs. That being said, I don't think that there's a lot of songs on this album that at the current moment I dislike. Maybe a couple, but off the top of my head, it's not really like there's not really any songs that I would go, yeah, that one stinks. It's a pretty solid album overall. I'd say if you're a fan of like just really like simple, get yourself in a dancey kind of mood, or just make yourself feel like a pop star, just put some sunglasses on and like walk around in the room with the model walk, just like make yourself feel good. This is the music for it, definitely for sure. Um, Overall, I would say this album is probably a solid like 6.5, 7 out of 10 for me personally. Initially, it was so much lower than that, but I gave it a fair chance, and it definitely grew on me a lot. Yeah, this album pretty solid. Thanks.